I'm tired. If you don't know me, my name is Anthony. I just got out of the Marine Corps 6 months ago. I was stationed at Cherry Point, North Carolina. I was in the Air Wing. I was a sergeant, um, and I worked on ejection seats. Now I'm in the police academy, and before I was doing the police academy, I finished one semester of college, which I only passed 2 of my 4 classes, which was the first reason why I decided to join the military anyway, because I'm terrible at school. So I just wanted to share some things with you guys. I know police academy, police officer, super cliche. But as I was getting out, I was so worried about what I was going to do, how I was going to do it, when I was going to do it. So I didn't even want to get out. I had submitted a re-enlistment package, and it got submitted. It came back to me, and all I had to do was sign it. They offered me $65,000 for a bonus. And it was just there was nothing wrong with the Marine Corps. I actually really enjoyed it, and that's why I even decided or thought that I wanted to re-enlist. Why I eventually got out was because I told myself that I missed my family too much. I had missed some pretty important and pivotal moments in my family's life, and I just didn't want to miss any more of those moments. So as soon as I got out, I kind of hung out for a little bit. I was just thinking about things that maybe I wanted to do. I was kind of looking for a job. I was thinking of working with my dad, my brother. So I just ended up applying to community college and kind of just taking in my GI Bill. Community college was a lot of fun. I was a little worried that I wouldn't really fit in with anybody. I was 23 years old, and I'm going to this community college where all these 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds are going to school just straight out of high school. And with all the life experience that I had, I was just worried that maybe I wouldn't relate to anybody. And also with all the things that people tell you in the military, like, oh, you're not going to relate to anybody, you're not going to fit in, or this or that, it's going to be hard. Well, it wasn't hard, and I actually got along with people really, really well. It was actually nice being a little bit older because you are a bit more mature, and you're there to learn or whatever, and it's cool to share your stories. I do remember sharing stories with people, and they're like really excited about the stories. And it was just weird because you don't share those stories while you're in the military because you're creating those stories. And you can't share those stories with the people that you hang out with because those are the people that you're making those memories and stories with. So getting out and it being behind you, I was able to share some really awesome stories that I think I've accumulated over the 5 years that I was in the Marine Corps. School was still hard, just like it was in high school. Um, like I said, I failed 2 of my 4 classes, which was because I wasn't able to take the finals. The semester had lined up perfectly to where December 9th was my hire date at the police department, and December 11th and 12th, I had to take my finals, but I wasn't able to take my finals because I had just got hired at the police department. I didn't want to miss my first week, so I ended up not showing up for the finals, and unfortunately, I failed 2 of my classes because of it. But yeah, the biggest thing that I remember being in the Marine Corps and getting out was people always saying like, "Oh, it's hard in the civilian world," and I just remember hearing like horror stories, honestly, of people just saying like, "It's hard out here, stay in as long as you can, this and that." Dude, being 18, going straight into military, and being 23, getting out, those are the first 5 years of my adult life that I had spent in the shackles of Uncle Sam. So getting out of the Marine Corps was very scary, but now it's awesome. The autonomy that you have and all the opportunities and all the things that you can do that you weren't necessarily able to do while you were in the Marine Corps. I live in this awesome apartment that I have for myself. I wouldn't have been able to afford this in the Marine Corps unless you get BAH. I was a sergeant still living in the barracks, not eligible for BAH. I wasn't an adult. I was still eating at the chow hall. You still feel like a little baby being in the Marine Corps. But now that I'm out, I have this apartment. I'm able to make my own food, which is a big deal because in the barracks, you probably know, or if you don't know, there's not a kitchen in your barracks. And sometimes they'll have a kitchen in the lobby, but in my kitchen, they didn't even have a stove. It was a microwave and a fridge. So you're not able to make your own food. You have a roommate up until you are a sergeant. And it just wasn't. I live in Gotham City, by the way. I don't know if you can hear that. And honestly, hindsight, it's just not it. Like, you're not treated like an adult until you're just never treated like a true, real adult. After my first semester of college, I started the police academy December 30th, and I've been doing that ever since. The police academy is a lot of fun, and honestly, the biggest thing that drew me towards the police force is the camaraderie, because that is one thing that I wasn't getting in community college, but it is one thing that I'm getting in the police academy. I decided to join the police force because my brother had just graduated the police academy and he's a sheriff. Things were just kind of aligning really well. There was 40 people that applied to my police department that I'm at, and only 5 people got hired. And I was one of them. So I just kind of took that as a sign to just keep trying with this. And if it's not meant to be, then, I won't get past a certain stage, and then I'll try something new. Getting out of the Marine Corps is not scary. It should have never been scary in my head. And maybe I would have just had a better attitude coming out. My attitude coming out was good, not one of those where it's like, oh, finally, I'm free, this and that. It was bittersweet. I definitely miss my friends, and I do miss like late nights hanging out in the smoke pit and things like that. But like I said, in the police force, I'm making some really, really awesome friends that I think are gonna last just as long as my Marine Corps friends. Another big thing was, I remember being bombarded with, you need to have a plan, you need to have a plan, what's your plan, what's your plan? You can ask any of the guys that I worked with. I told them I didn't know. I didn't know what I was gonna do. But that's the best part about it, is you can do whatever you want. So getting out, I was still a little nervous, a little worried, but through faith, I knew that something would work itself out. So I don't think you need a plan. As long as you can come home to family, where you have a place to sleep, a place to live, as long as you have that, you do not need a plan, and you can figure it out once you get out of the Marine Corps. Because like, it's kind of impossible to create a plan while you're still in the military. They gave me like a month and a half to really transition from the military to the civilian life while I was still in the military. So, I mean, it just isn't plausible for somebody to plan out their life while they're still in the military. I'm making this video because this was kind of something that I was looking for while I was transitioning out. So I'm making this video because this was kind of something that I was looking for during my transition out, was just somebody's experience of getting out of the Marine Corps and it not being so much the way they make it seem. And it's crazy because the people that tell you these things are still in the military, you know what I mean? Like, the people that tell you it's hard and the people that tell you that maybe you won't have it figured out, they're all still in the military. So how would they even know? This video is especially for those that joined right after high school, 18 to 22, 23, and haven't lived as an adult in the civilian world. It's nothing like the military, and that's a good thing. So if you did enjoy this video, I'd really appreciate it if you liked it. I actually just bought this camera and these mics. This is my first video with this new camera and mics, because my last video, I'm also remaking this video because my last video somebody commented and let out some really good points. And I just want to see if it makes a difference, the quality of the video visually and its audio, if it gets me more views or maybe more likes or something. But I really hope you guys like this video, and I'm going to be making more videos, not so much about the military, but now about my transition into being a police officer and how it is being a recruit in the police force and things like that. So if you're interested, stay tuned, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.